Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Astro Science. So today in this content I am going to talk about the transit of Rahu into the sign of Aquarius. This month, the month of May 2025, Rahu is going to enter the sign of Aquarius. And in this content I will be talking about all the 12 ascendant signs, the impact of this transit on all the 12 ascendant signs. At this moment of time, Rahu is transiting in the sign of Pisces, but this month Rahu is coming out of Pisces and entering Aquarius. There is a very deep connection between Aquarius and Rahu. In fact, in certain context, we also take Rahu to be the co-owner of the sign of Aquarius. There are lots and lots of similarities between the specifications laid down regarding the zodiac sign of Aquarius and the specifications and characteristics, the inherent nature of Rahu. Lots and lots of connections, similarities. So that also makes this transit of Rahu to be highly intense, dynamic. Now what is Rahu? We have to understand how Rahu works in Aquarius, because suppose Rahu is transiting in your 5th house. So at this moment of time, as I am making this content, Rahu is in Pisces. So Rahu in Pisces in 5th house will be different from Rahu in Aquarius in 5th house. Both are going to be highly different in their own context. Both are not same. Yes, the houses are same, that is 5th house for example, let us say. But the zodiac signs are different, lordship of the zodiac sign is different, so the nature will also, and definitely the results will also be different. If you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content you get notified instantly. And as I proceed further and you look into the things as I say and you listen to it, if you really like this content, press the like button, share to your near and dear ones, and let us start this journey of this transit of Rahu into the sign of Aquarius. So what is Rahu? Rahu is a shadow planet. You are not going to find Rahu in the cosmic plane. It is not a very visible object. It is not a graha which can be seen, touched, or can be just looked upon onto the sky. No. It is a chaya graha. It is a shadow planet. It can also be said one of the nodes of the moon, that is the north node of the moon is called Rahu, ascending node of the moon is called Rahu. So what are the nodes of the moon and why it is connected with moon? We have to understand that there are two nodes, one is the north node and one is the south node. Now how the nodes are formed? If you understand how the nodes are formed, you will understand that what is Rahu. Every time we look into the internet and we see that, or maybe in YouTube or somewhere else, that Rahu is a shadow planet, it is a chaya graha, it is the north node. Why it is called chaya graha? Why it is the north node? Because Rahu or Ketu, means the north node or the south node, are the cosmic points. They are basically cosmic points, sensitive points in the cosmos. How they are formed? By the intersection of two particular orbits. One orbit is the orbit of moon around the earth, that is one orbit. Another orbit will be the apparent path of the sun around the earth, because Vedic astrology is geocentric astrology. Vedic astrology is geocentric astrology. That means we are observing the stars, we are observing the planets and their movement standing on the surface of the earth. So the word is called ecliptic. What is ecliptic? Ecliptic is the apparent path of the sun around the earth. You can just search it on the internet. What is ecliptic? It is related to astronomical astrology and mathematical astrology, because Rahu and Ketu forms an integral part of mathematical astrology and astronomical astrology. The apparent path of the sun around the earth is called ecliptic, and the path of the moon, the orbit of the moon around the earth. So they form two circles. These two circles intersects at 2 points. One is called the north node, another is called the south node. That north node becomes Rahu and the south node becomes Ketu. Now, since the apparent path of the sun, that apparent path, it is not the actual path, because we all know that in the actual astronomical sense, earth is revolving around the sun, correct? That means that apparent path of the sun around earth, that is imaginary. That is the reason in the cosmos also, if you think of finding Rahu, it is not possible to find Rahu until and unless you really calculate it mathematically through astronomical ideas, and then only you will be able to find that what is the longitude of Rahu and Ketu. That is the reason, and that also has some more intricate designs. I am not going to talk about that, it will take a more long time to say. Now, that is the reason what happens, that movement of Rahu differs, and which also gives us the idea that why we should look into true Rahu and not the mean Rahu. What is true Rahu? Because true Rahu is the actual position of Rahu in the that cosmic point, that nodes, that north node of the moon I am talking about. True Rahu also becomes direct, true Rahu also becomes stationary, true Rahu is also inherently a retrograde planet, Chaya Graha, which is retrograde in nature. But mean Rahu is always retrograde, because it is the mean average value calculated. So, suppose if you are looking into only the mean Rahu, so what will happen? And by mistake, suppose if you look into mean Rahu in your birth chart, so what is going to happen? It may happen that the longitude is different, and if the longitude is different, the position of Rahu in the D9 chart will differ, in D3, D7, D10, in all the divisional charts, the position of Rahu will change. So, the results will differ. You should always look into the true Rahu, not only in birth chart but also in transit, which also gives me the idea that why I should explain you the dates. Mean Rahu is transiting on 18th of May 2025, this month, mean Rahu. True Rahu is transiting on 29th of May 2025. So, this is very important to understand. Rahu transits through a sign for nearly 18 months. Not exactly 18 months, nearly 18 months. It can be plus minus some few days or something. Nearly 18 months. So, next year 2026, mean Rahu will come out of Aquarius and enter Capricorn on 5th of December 2026. Whereas true Rahu will come out of Aquarius and enter the sign of Capricorn on 25th November 2026. So, see, you can definitely check it in any astrological app with respect to true Rahu or mean Rahu, or many people are there who are not interested in all this sense. They are like, okay, Rahu is transiting in my 5th house, Rahu is transiting in my 10th house, I am happy with that. Okay, you can be happy with that, but what will happen? Why certain events get triggered when Rahu enters a particular sign? Because you have to see the longitude, and when you are checking the longitude, then why not check the longitude of the true Rahu? Why you are going for the mean Rahu? Because when you are looking into mean Rahu, it may happen that Rahu becomes direct that time, or Rahu becomes stationary that time. So, what will happen? The results will be changed. So, you won't be able to understand why certain events happen in my life that particular time. Okay, and since we are talking about here nodes of the moon, so Rahu has some connection with our emotions, our psychic abilities. So, Rahu is also our desire, Rahu is also our obsession. A person, a native who is actively dominated by Rahu cannot sit alone, cannot sit idle. That person is hyperactive, that person needs some actions. You give a work to that person will innovatively think about it, think out of box and give you the result. Rahu has the capability to think in some different innovative manner, not the regular way. It doesn't mean that Rahu will always make you do wrong things, not at all. It may also happen that in straightforward thinking you are not getting the solution. All of a sudden you think that a Rahu driven person, he or she will give you the right answer. That why don't you make it in that way, and you are going to get the results. That's how Rahu works. In the negative sense, Rahu can also indicate a person who can go into unethical ways, shortcuts, because Rahu believe in four things: Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. Rahu feels that I need that, and in order to achieve that I can go any extent, no limits for me. If by manipulating, if by sweet words I can get it, why not? That is Sam. If by giving any awards, appreciations, or something else, etc., etc., why not? That is Dam. Dividing and getting the results, dividing the not only the thoughts but also the group, manipulating in different way, that is Bhed. And suppose Rahu feels that okay, I am not going to get the results in this way, if by punishing someone, if by threatening someone or destroying something, if I am going to get that result, so Rahu will make you think in that way. So a Rahu driven person, if it is good, if the Rahu is placed in a good manner, the person can be highly innovative, and specifically in today's day and world, it is related to technology, electronics, IT, artificial intelligence, science and technology particularly. But in negative sense, it can really make a person choose the unethical ways of life. If I am talking about Aquarius, it's a very humanitarian, social driven sign of Saturn. Aquarius becomes the Mula Trikona sign of Saturn because it actually shows what's the actual nature of Saturn is. Always ready to help. May not be in straight way, but in some different way, because Saturn also is a rebel. If you go through the mythological stories of Saturn, you will understand that even Saturn is also a rebel. So the element of rebellion can be seen from Aquarius also, which has some deep connection with Rahu, because Rahu doesn't follow the regular norms, rituals, customs, traditions, rules. No. This connection of Rahu and Aquarius, you will see that it has brought about a lot of technological advances all over the world. You will see the social connections are improving, not only in regular way but also towards technology, artificial intelligence. Now this artificial intelligence and everything got a more boost when Saturn was in Aquarius. Now Saturn entered the sign of Pisces and Rahu came into Aquarius. Now it will be more amplified. So the people who are working in science and technology, data communications, or any field which requires new technologies, new advancement in science and technologies, you will see new results are coming. Robotics, artificial intelligence. You will see that a time will come when you are using literally on every aspect, you are using artificial intelligence. So this has a loophole that it will directly command over your own intelligence. A time will come when you will see that we will not think about anything personally, rather we will think that why not take the help of artificial intelligence or technology. So in that way, this transit of Rahu can control us in a negative way. Now you can take it in positive sense also. Definitely, if you are making something creative, it has some positive results also. So this transit of Rahu in the sign of Aquarius is going to be highly intense, because the modality, the significance of both the Aquarius and Rahu are, there are lots of connections and similarities. Another thing is that Aquarius is a airy sign. Rahu is not airy, Rahu is smoky. Many people say that Rahu is also airy planet. False. 100% false. Rahu is not airy. Saturn is airy. Saturn is airy. Rahu is not airy. Rahu is smoky. Why? Because we cannot see beyond smoke. Rahu is something which doesn't allow you to see beyond that. That is the reason Rahu is illusion. Smoke. Because clear air or cool breeze or wind is blowing, we can definitely see the things. But the moment the smoke takes place, or that is the reason you will see that the calamities related to tornadoes, cyclones or storms, that is related to Rahu. Because we cannot look beyond it. Once you are trapped into a cyclone, it's really very difficult to come out of it. It's really threatening. There are lots of catastrophes and injuries happening because of these tornadoes and cyclones. Now, when Rahu enters the sign of Aquarius, now in abundant sense, this can also be a result. Another thing I will say that this was also prevalent during the transit of Saturn in the Aquarius, when the Vata, that is the one of the three dosha, that is the Vata element, Vata dosha was also increasing. Now when Rahu enters the sign of Aquarius, so what will happen? Suppose someone, any person who had any kind of health ailments related to Vata dosha, that may get disturbed even more. Why? Because Rahu, as I say, Rahu is not clear air, Rahu is smoke, Rahu is impurity, Rahu is toxin, Rahu is poison. So suppose someone has congestion in the lungs, which is one of the many specifications of the Vata dosha, congestion in the lungs. When Rahu enters the sign of Aquarius, what will happen? There can be problems, different kind of problems in lungs. I am not saying that it is happening with anyone, I am just saying that this is how it works. So particularly you must look into fact that if you are going through any kind of health ailments related to Vata dosha, you need to be very careful. And I am not restricting my speech over here, because in this content I will be saying each and everything very straightforward. Many a times I restrict myself, but this time I will be speaking very carefully, very straightforward, because Rahu is not a clear air. If someone is saying Rahu is also Vayu Tattva, Rahu is not Vayu Tattva. Be very careful. Vayu Tattva is sunny. Sunny is air. Rahu is air mixed with mud, dust, smoke. So what happens when air mixed with smoke enters the nose, enters the mouth? What happens? Coughing starts, allergy starts. And I am not saying only because I need to say it, because these are the things which are associated with Rahu. Okay, so someone has allergies, make sure that check where is Rahu. You have to see Rahu is in the 4th house or in the 3rd house in the birth chart. Okay. One more thing regarding this transit which is very important is that Saturn Rahu mutual transits. Saturn is transiting in Pisces, Rahu is moving into Aquarius. Now Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. Saturn and Rahu are making 2-12 combination with each other, which is not good. which is not good. And when Saturn turns retrograde, it will give its result from Pisces also, and it will give its result from its previous sign, that is Aquarius also. That time the transit of Rahu will become more intense. Why? Because Rahu will be in Aquarius, Saturn turns retrograde in Pisces. Due to retrogression, Saturn will give its result from Aquarius also, as if Saturn is posited in Aquarius, as if. So the sign of Aquarius becomes more intense, as if Rahu and Saturn both are posited over there. So in that mutual aspect, in that mutual transit, I would say this is not a good transit. With respect to Saturn and Rahu, both I am talking about. Particularly related to mundane level, this will have different kinds of consequences, and which are not good. People may think that, oh, Rahu is coming out of Pisces, so no more Saturn Rahu. You have to understand, the moment Saturn turns retrograde, Saturn will give its result from Aquarius, as if Saturn is posited in Aquarius. So it will instigate the effects of Saturn Rahu conjunction, even though both are in different signs. But since Saturn is retrograde, the influence, the results of Saturn Rahu will again start, and it will be even more intense. Why? Because the sign of Aquarius, which is the sign of Saturn, and Rahu is also, in some context, Rahu is also the co-owner of Aquarius. So it will also instigate the influence of both the planets. So now let us talk about the transit. Now lot of discussions had already happened. I can also talk about many things more, but let us talk about this transit. You need to check it from your ascendant. You need to also check it from your moon sign also, because since Rahu is the one of the nodes of moon, so definitely give it a try. Check it from your moon sign also, but check it from your ascendant, your lagna, your first house. Your first house becomes your lagna, your first house becomes your ascendant, rising sign, correct? Check it from your ascendant, then check it from your moon sign. Okay, come, let us start. For the Aries ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in your 11th house in the sign of Aquarius. First of all, this transit of Rahu in the 11th house is going to be highly beneficial for the Aries ascendant people. This will improve your social connection in the physical realm also, in the online networking platforms also, and you will also gain from it. Particularly the people who are working in data communications, multimedia, sales, marketing, or the people who are associated with large group of people, the people who are in leadership roles, technology, science, artificial intelligence, or any kind of technological advancements, science, metaphysical subjects. It can be occult and astrology also, because Rahu shows unconventional professions. So in all those sectors, Rahu is going to give you gains, name, fame, appraisals and appreciations, honors in this transit. And since this transit will be for 18 months roughly, so it's a long amount of time, long duration of time when this transit of Rahu is going to be highly beneficial for you. Rahu is also going to give you gains and benefits, support from your elder brother and elder siblings. Since your social connections will improve and enhance, you will get lots of opportunities to improve and enhance your work and business. Expansion in business, particularly related to something related to innovation, technology, science, is seen. If you are doing any normal different kind of work also, since Rahu is in the 11th house, transiting in the 11th house, in those respect also Rahu is going to give you good results, better results. Now since Rahu is illusion and Rahu also signifies cheating, because as I said, Sam Dam Dand Bhed, and 11th house is the house of fulfillment of desires, Ichha Purti. Ichha means desires and Purti means fulfillment. So here Rahu feels that I need that, and in order to get that, whatever work I need to do, I will do it. So this can also indicate gains from different sources, or it can be unethical sources also. In common word we say innovative sources, okay, but don't go by words, it may be unethical sources also, okay. This also indicates multiplication of work or sources of livelihood, or from multiple sources of gains, amplification of sources of gains. So it may happen that suppose you are specializing in one product in your business line, Rahu comes into your 11th house, and suddenly some ideas come in your mind that okay, I can get profit from that work also, why not work in that sector? So in that way also Rahu's transit in this 11th house is going to be highly beneficial. But as I said, Rahu also indicates cheating. I will say you that make sure that you don't get into any unethical ways while you are connecting with your social environment or social network. Try to avoid any kind of cheating or betrayal among your social environment, because here Rahu will make you feel that okay, I need that, so what's wrong in it if I get into some different way. On the other hand, you might also invite the connection with different kinds of people. That can be a foreigner also, that can be some influential people also, and get benefit out of it. But again, at the same time, since it is Rahu, so it may also happen that you may get connected with some person who may also cheat you. So you need to be very careful, particularly related to manipulation, or you are in any kind of group of friends who are highly manipulative, be very careful, because Rahu is transiting in your 11th house. During this particular time, this also indicates that you might get some kind of troubles or problems related to your children. Now since Rahu is in the 11th house, so Ketu will be in the 5th house. Now Ketu's transit I will discuss in different content, but this transit of Rahu, regarding that I am talking about. So overall this transit of Rahu in the 11th house is really beneficial, so make the most out of it. Yes, innovations will be there, out of box thinking will be there, and since Rahu is a result oriented person, so results will be there. Only make sure that you don't get more and more into unethical ways, okay. Just you have to maintain certain aspects in your life which needs to be checked with proper righteousness, lawfulness and truthfulness, okay. So that's it for the Rahu's transit in the 11th house for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in your 10th house. 10th house is the house of your karma, your career, your working environment, government, authorities, superiors, your honor, your status, your name, your fame, your reputation, your social status, what people looks at you, that whether you are an engineer or you are a doctor or you are a teacher, who are you? That is your 10th house, and Rahu comes there. Why? Now you see, understand that Rahu is the planet who wants to achieve everything in this life. So this is a time to achieve your aims, your goals, your ambitions, and make a position in the society. Now since Rahu always work in different way and doesn't follow the rules and regulation norms, now that is something needs to be checked, because 10th house has something to do with duty, patience, perseverance, hard work. Rahu will do the hard work only till it is getting the results in its own way. The moment Rahu feels that I can do this work in different way and get the results, Rahu will start breaking the rules. Rahu will start breaking the normal norms, regulations. Because Rahu feels that in order to get that, I can take that shortcut. So that is the reason what happens. This transit of Rahu in the 10th house will either make you look like a rebel or either look like a visionary. So at your work environment, what will happen? Suppose the people will start saying that they have been trying to complete a work since last 1 week and they had no solutions. All of a sudden, this person enters the scenario, and what happens? The person gives the solution in an hour. So all of a sudden the person is very famous. That's how Rahu works in the 10th house. So that person becomes a visionary. So what happens? Sometimes people don't get the results in their own way, so they will go to that person. Please help me out. Give me some solutions. Give me the answers. And since it is a sign of Aquarius, so what happens? The person will also help you, because Aquarius has a socialitarian, humanitarian nature. So in that way, this Rahu is visionary. But this Rahu can also be a rebel, because what will happen? It will make you feel that why should I always listen to my boss? Why should I always listen to my authorities and superiors? I know better than them and I can deliver the results even better than them. But for my own interest. Rahu is self-driven. Always understand that. For my own interest. That is how Rahu works. So that can lead the person to take some shortcuts. And that can also lead to problems. A type of rebellion against the authorities, against the superiors. So this is also a time you need to be very careful that you don't get into any kind of work or any kind of activity which is against the authorities or even government. Because 10th house is government. If you do or you get into any kind of work which is unethical or which is against the government, so there can be problems. You might face also the consequences. Okay, so that's how this transit works. Now, this transit of Rahu will be highly beneficial for the people who want to make a change in the society, who want to make some new kind of things, particularly business oriented persons who want to work in science and technology, intelligence, artificial intelligence, robotics, multimedia, advertising, sales, marketing, or the people who are leading a group, a big amount of people, someone who is a leader or someone who are in leadership roles, like a team leader, like this is a person who can be means highly intellectual and giving the ideas to the people that why not you do the work in this way. So when they are in charge, they are highly motivated people. But when they are under someone, they might also feel very restricted, that I am not able to do the work the way I feel I must do it. So this also indicates that if you are feeling this sense more, it is also a possibility that all of a sudden you may change the job, you may change the work, or you may feel that I don't want to work with this person. So this can also lead to taking wrong decisions at wrong time. So before you change the job, before you change the work, or all of a sudden it comes to your mind that I don't want to go to work, make sure that you have a backup, make sure that you have a other alternative source of livelihood. This is one thing. But it's definitely Rahu will take you to better opportunities in this transit of Rahu in the 10th house. So that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in the 9th house. What is 9th house? Belief system, dharma, rules and regulations, universal law, higher spiritual knowledge. our guru, teachings of our guru. And what is Rahu? Rahu is innovation, Rahu is change, Rahu doesn't like regular rules and norms. Rahu likes logic, Rahu likes science. So what Rahu will do here? Rahu will question the rules and regulations. Rahu enters the 9th house, Rahu will straightforward reject the dogmatic thought process towards our day-to-day life. It can be religious thoughts also, it can be spiritual thoughts also, yes, even spiritual thoughts also. Any thought process or any belief system, any ideas which is not backed by logic, which is not backed by intelligence, which is not backed by analytics, Rahu will straightforward reject it. That what is the logic behind it? So what happens here? Rahu will make you feel that I need a mentor or I need a guru who can give me the answers in my own way, in my own innovative manner. So they can be highly intellectual. So this type of people, you will see that here your intellectual ideas will be backed by logic and not by normal rules and regulations. Now if the rules and regulations are also backed by logic and science, then this person will have a very deep attraction towards it. So normally I recommend that whenever Rahu is transiting in the 9th house, you should definitely go and study the ancient scriptures. You should definitely go and study it, because many a times what happens that in regular social environment, many rules and regulations are there which we follow, but we don't know the inherent reason behind it. The moment Rahu knows the inherent reason behind it, Rahu is a very happy energy over there. So what will happen? If you go through the ancient scriptures, you will get the reasons, you will get the logic behind rules and regulations. So it will help you follow the rules and regulations more. Here Rahu will back technology, science, metaphysical studies, particularly metaphysical astrologies. Here Rahu talks about astronomy, here Rahu talks about not the normal philosophy. What is the reason behind it? Why a person thinks like that? That's what Rahu is all about in the 9th house. That is the reason what will happen. Rahu is not restricted to the normal social environment. Rahu will go out of it. So it is a chance for you to explore the world, know about different communities, know about different culture, different traditions. Anything you look upon, go deep into it. This is also a time to learn new things in your life. There can be some cross questioning or confrontations between you and your guru, you and your father, because Rahu will simply question the things. Why is it like that and why not like that? Why you do follow these rules? What is the reason behind it? Give me the answer. You don't have the answer, don't ask me to follow it. This is Rahu in the 9th house. So this is a very good time to go and follow the ancient scriptures. You may find gold. You may find answers which you are not even expecting. This is also a time for studying something new. Apart from your regular studies, regular day-to-day work, anything new related to science, technology, or anything new which can actually satisfy the hunger for your knowledge and intellect. This transit of Rahu is going to be highly beneficial then in your life, because 9th house also gives us the idea about our goals, because after 9th house comes the 10th house. So when your goals and aims are settled, fixed, then only you apply it in the 10th house. That's how 9th house transit of Rahu becomes highly important for all the people who is having Aquarius sign in the 9th house. Okay, so that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in the 8th house. Now this transit is going to be highly intense. This transit will make a person very secretive regarding their own interest, and they will be very interested in the secret sciences, secret knowledge, occult sciences, metaphysical studies, astrology, mystical sciences, anything related to mystery, occult. They will like their own space. They will not allow you to invade their own space. That is the reason what happens, they becomes emotionally detached, but there will be a strong possessive nature within them. So what happens when Rahu comes in your 8th house? All these natures all of a sudden starts getting building up within you. And since the sign of Cancer, your ascendant, is a very emotional sign, so all of a sudden what happens? Your possessive nature starts building up, but at the same time you are emotionally detached. It's a very means it is a situation of dilemma. So what happens? Rahu in the 8th house, you will see that you are trying to control the people in your environment, but again at the same time you are not emotionally attached to them. You are completely detached. So what they are feeling, they might be happy with you, they might not be happy with you, but you are not understanding. You want to control them. That is what Rahu in the 8th house will make you feel, and others will feel. So this can also instigate the somehow selfish nature within the person, that they want what they want and they will not compromise with other things. So they will feel that particularly 8th house is the property of other people. Other people means it can be your partner also. So you will be very positive regarding all those things, that belongs to me means me. So the other person suffers. So this also create problems, particularly in the married life. Problem with in-laws, because the 8th house is the married life or the responsibilities of the married life, and thus there will be a subtle controlling nature within you. So you have to also follow the fact that 8th house is 12th from the 9th house. If 9th house is dharma, 8th house is loss of dharma. So here Rahu can also go into the path which is unethical. That is the reason 8th house is also associated with wrongdoings. Here if Rahu is not balanced properly, Rahu can take you to gambling, Rahu can take you to any illicit activities, wrongdoings, because Rahu loves its own space over here. And you will see that all of a sudden when people ask you where are you going, what are you doing, all of a sudden you will get irritated. Why are you asking about me? Because you don't want to talk about yourself, you don't want to share your secrets. Now what is the secret? You will feel that everything about me is a secret, I don't want to share, please don't ask. So in that way you will try to, and again at the same time you will try to ask and know everything about others, because 8th house is everything about others, and Rahu in the 8th house will try to know about that and manipulate them. So make sure that these natures can create problems at the family environment, particularly in the married life. If you are a single person, if you stay alone, for you also I would say that this nature can impact the home environment where you are staying. If you are newly into any kind of married life or relationship, or if you are thinking to get into a relationship, then this nature you have to work on it, because this transit of Rahu is going to be for 18 months. It is not a 1 month or 2 months transit. Rahu in the 8th house can also instigate certain health issues, any kind of chronic health issues which you are going through, and particularly related to the sign of Aquarius, which can be related to Vata Dosha. So I would say that you need to take care regarding the health also. Food habits or the day-to-day activities in proper time management needs to be checked and done. Then only this transit is going to be highly beneficial for your health. Okay, so that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in the 7th house of partnership. Now that can be a professional or personal. 7th house is also the house of public image, mass fame, the other people. And Rahu also likes fame, achievement in the highest order. But 7th house is also the house of connection with the other people, your bonding, how easily you bind with other people, emotionally, mentally. Because 7th house is also 4th from the 4th house. And what is 4th house? Emotional attachment. Rahu, since it is very innovative, unconventional, okay, very shadowy in nature, this will make you get into any kind of relationship, partnership, which is unconventional, which is not regular. So you might get attracted to a person who is very intellectual. Since Rahu is also foreigner, Rahu also indicates foreign lands. 7th house is also indicating foreign lands. So you might get into a relationship or attraction to a partner in some foreign lands, or a foreigner, or someone who is of different community, different state, different speaking different language. Okay, now Rahu in the 7th house, since I say that this is also related to professional partnership, you might get any kind of collaborations, you might get any kind of interactions with people who are related to technology, who are related to reforms, or who are related to like any kind of social organizations helping people out. Okay, particularly related to technology, particularly related to any kind of product, electronics, related to science, or any kind of work where they need to put their intelligence, logical intelligence I'm talking about. Since it is the house of marriage, relationship, bonding with your partner, here Rahu doesn't like possessiveness. So what happens? If you are given enough space in the relationship, you are okay. The moment your partner tries to be more close with you, or tries to know about your day-to-day events, your schedules and everything, all of a sudden you becomes very concerned about that, and that can create problems. That is how Rahu works in the 7th house. As I am making this content, I can hear the raining heavily. If you may hear the sound of water and the clouds, I don't know whether you are going to hear it out or not, but it's raining heavily since last 15-20 minutes. Now, since Rahu is unusual in its behavior, this also indicates that all of a sudden, like suddenly you might get into a relationship, or suddenly there are marriage proposals coming in your life, all of a sudden, and that partner can be from different state, from different areas of the country. Okay, can be a foreigner also, or can be highly intellectual, or can be a person associated with technology, science. Okay, but since Rahu, as I said, that it brings that unusual nature, this creates manipulation, this creates miscommunications, this also creates emotional detachment. As I say, Rahu in the 7th house will ask you to take some space for yourself. So you will not like the possessiveness. So what will happen? Your partner will be always in some kind of question. Is he or she not liking me, or what he or she is thinking? Because the moment your partner asks you, you become very concerned, you become very cautious. All of a sudden you are like, why he or she is asking about me? Am I not getting the enough space? Am I not getting the freedom? So here Rahu will make you think only about your own freedom in the relationship, your own independent thought process. This starts with miscommunications, and then it takes the position of manipulation, because your partner is always in some kind of fix. They are not understanding what you are thinking. They are always confused. So if in your chart your 7th house is well dignified, 7th lord is well dignified, the planets are in well position, and you are having some good dasha, then what will happen? The problems will be resolved. Or else this can lead to emotional detachment. This can also lead to problems in the present relationship, because Rahu also makes feel a person that I deserve better. This is the only thing which Rahu gives. I deserve better. So if the person is not getting the space in the relationship, or space particularly related to their emotional quotient is concerned, what will happen? They will think beyond that. So all of a sudden your partner will start feel that why he or she is interacting with me, why he or she is not sharing what they are thinking. So communication gap will be at its prime. So make sure that you don't get into this kind of problems, or else there will be some long-term indifferences between you, or conflicts between you and your partner, because this is not a month's transit, this is 18 months transit. And if I am saying all these things, this is normally the nature of Rahu in the 7th house. And in the sign of Aquarius, it normally makes a person more self-centered, because Aquarius is not the person who is always going to talk here and there. It is not the sign of Gemini. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, so it has inherent coldness also. You have to understand that. One more thing, since it is the sign of Aquarius, don't judge your partner by their intelligence. They can also do mistakes. They can also be wrong. Accept that. Their opinions may not be correct. Compliment it. Don't judge it and make the problems in the relationship. Or the Leo ascendant I am talking about. Because Rahu will judge here each and everything, that you are always doing the mistakes. I said you do this and you are not doing it in this way. This is how Rahu does. Had it been Mercury, it would have been in different way, but Rahu has very harsh, sharp speech, particularly towards the partner in the 7th house transit. Make sure that you don't fall in this kind of traps. This becomes more important if Rahu is transiting over any malefic planet in your chart, natural malefic planet. Suppose Rahu is transiting over Saturn or Ketu or Mars, or Rahu is transiting over Rahu itself only, any malefic planet, then this will become more intense. Okay, for the Leo ascendant people I am talking about. For the Virgo ascendant people, Rahu's transit is happening in the 6th house. Rahu's transit in the 6th house normally I consider very good. Very good. I consider, and it is not only about my consideration, it is actually truth. Rahu in the 6th house transit, or Rahu in the 6th house in the natal chart, is a kingmaker. Kingmaker means not the other person, that individual. It makes a native a king, or king-like achievements. 6th house Rahu will not only allow you to calculate the risk, calculate it, work upon it, achieve it, and get the success. That is what Rahu in the 6th house does. That is the reason Rahu in the 6th house for the Virgo ascendant people, this is the time to achieve anything you want in your life. You will see that you are going to get good results with respect to your competitive exams, any kind of competitive scenarios. But definitely you have to work hard for that. It is not like that, oh, Rahu is in my 6th house, I will get that. No, you have to put enough efforts for that. Because Rahu here will be staying for 18 months and you have to make the most out of it. Rahu will allow you to think about the risk, that also at the intellectual front. Give you the proper ideas that what are the ways by which you can achieve it. It will make you highly hardworking with smartness. Any kind of work is not hard for you. Every work is easy for you. Rahu in the 6th house. And I am not motivating you. I am just saying how Rahu works in the 6th house. But since it is Rahu, so what happens? Sometimes a person can get into unethical ways of doing work also. It is the sign of Aquarius. So what happens? This Rahu will also allow you to help people. Help the people who needs help, who needs your concern, who needs your attention. Particularly the people who are like deprived or they are not up to the mark in their own day-to-day lifestyle. So this is also a time for charities. You can help people. Because Aquarius is a humanitarian, socialitarian sign. 6th house is also service, social service. So you can get associated with any kind of NGOs during this particular time and help people, help the needy people. Since Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, helping the people who are particularly deprived, old, the people who are, I would say, physically differently capable, I would say. So you are doing charities, you are doing some kind of social work or helping those people. It is highly beneficial during this particular time. Because 6th house is also the house of pending karmas. So in this way also, because Dan is also a way of clearing karmas. When I am talking about service, the people who are thinking or they are trying for job and they are not getting jobs, Rahu in the 6th house transit, you are not only going to get the jobs, you are also going to crack the best of the toughest of the tough interviews. Yes, definitely you need to have that knowledge, you need to have the intelligence for that, but Rahu in the 6th house will give you that power. This transit of Rahu normally will help you in normal sense. I am not exaggerating the fact. In normal sense, you will be seeing that you are going to get the heights in your work, in your career. In terms of your bonding between your superiors and authorities, you will see that your authorities and superiors are highly reliant on you. That's how Rahu works differently in the 10th house and 6th house. In the 10th house, Rahu can be a visionary or a devil. But Rahu in the 6th house, the same authorities, the same superiors are now reliant on you. Why? Because they know that this person can do the work brilliantly, differently from others. So make the most out of it. This transit of Rahu is like once in a lifetime opportunity I am talking about, because again when Rahu will come in the 6th house, it will come after like 18 years, because Rahu will go through all the zodiac signs. Okay, it takes 18 years to travel. So it's a like once in a lifetime opportunity when Rahu comes in the 6th house, and it really helps you. You will see, even in the time of adversity, when nothing is working in your favor, still, since Rahu is transiting in the 6th house, nothing is impacting you. You are happy, you are like, okay, my work is done, no problem. Like suppose if you are running through any kind of adverse dasa or any unfavorable dasas, but Rahu is in the 6th house transit, no problem, you will go through it. That's how Rahu's transit is so important in the 6th house. So make the most out of it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, Rahu is coming in the 5th house. 5th house is the house of creative self-expression, your creative talents, anything which gives you joy and pleasure, your choices, your mentality, your intrinsic thought process, your day-to-day management and decision making, your ego. What you are from within, that is also your 5th house. Rahu is coming over here. So Rahu will give you the good results regarding bring out the most original ideas with the help of your creativity, your intelligence in front of the real world. That can be related to your intelligence also. That can be related to your studies also. Work on your specific skill set. Improve your skill set. Improve your intelligence. Improve your more working methodologies related to smart thinking. Rahu is coming over here to instigate all those results and give you gains through it. Thinking out of box. When you are saying think out of box, that is actually 5th house. Whenever you say think out of box or something related to intelligence, that is actually 5th house. And here Rahu is coming. So this is actually a time to bring out gains, changes in life, positive changes in life through unconventional thoughts. Someone associated with technology, someone associated with research, scientific technologies, electronics, or any kind of working which requires the help of technology, which requires the help of scientific research. Here Rahu is going to give you very good results. You may be someone associated with art, you may be someone associated with sports, athletics, drama, theatre, whatever you are good at, that is actually 5th house, and Rahu here is coming to give you boost into those creative talents. So you will see that this is a time when you are able to bring out the best of the best creative and intellectual abilities in your real life. You are associated with any kind of work related to multimedia, advertising, social media, data communications, sales, marketing, or you are doing any kind of studies related to that. You will see that Rahu is going to give you very good results during this transit in the 5th house. This transit also indicates happiness from children, but you might also get troubles from your children because they all of a sudden they might get very demanding, because Rahu is desire coming into the 5th house, and 5th house is children. All of a sudden you will see that yes, you are also getting happiness from your children, but they are turning very demanding. Since it is in the 5th house, you might get into a relationship or love affair with a very intellectual partner or intellectual person. Multiple love affairs can be seen during this transit because it is a long transit. This is also a time to know about various kind of knowledges. It can be various people, various kind of like traditions, cultures, communities. So you might also get connected with some foreigner during this transit of Rahu in the 5th house. Now since Rahu is in the Aquarius and it is in the 5th house, so one more thing I will say here is that you can also have gains through speculation, but definitely that will be also looked upon through the chart. if you have certain kind of promises in the chart, or you have some favorable dasas going through, or you have some kind of dhan yogas, and those kind of dasas are in operation right now, and Rahu is in the 5th house in transit, then definitely some gains through speculation or speculative business can be seen. So this also indicates someone in theater, drama, cinema, they will get success in those kind of areas. Someone who is a leader, or someone who is into politics, someone who is leading a group of people, this transit of Rahu is going to help them also. So Libra ascendant people, I would say that this is the time to enhance your own capabilities. Don't doubt on yourself. Anything which you are good at, work on it. No matter, you might have got no results up till now, but since Rahu is coming in the 5th house, next 18 months can be a game changer for you. Definitely it is going to give you good results. Just have faith and trust on your own instincts. Since it is 5th house, I will also say, here Rahu will also help you to improve the skill set. So learning will be a constant companion. Only the things which you are knowing will not be enough. And you will mark my words. You might know 5 things, but you will see that as the journey progresses, you will also require to know more 5 things to improve your skill sets. So previously you might be lazy, previously you might be lethargic, but now Rahu will allow you to look into it, look upon it, and work on it. So that's how this transit is going to work for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, Rahu is coming in the 4th house. So this is the time when your home environment will be hyperactive. So you will see that you are the most active person at home. So whenever you are at home, you are having constant attention on each and everything at home. This is also a time when you might feel a strong desire to come back to your homeland, come back to your home, your native place, your birthplace. Because Rahu is obsession, Rahu is desire, and home is 4th house. So you might be living some other place, but Rahu is coming in the 4th house. So you will have a subtle change in your thought process that I have to move to my home place, and I have to visit my home, I have to visit my parents, I have to visit my mother. That can be a temporary visit, but all of a sudden there will be a sudden urge within you. And if you are at home, if you are at your domestic environment, you will see that howsoever small matter it is, you will be highly attentive towards it. If any problem is there at home, you will try to solve it. Now, your way of solving may not be liked by the people within the home. That is also correct, because Rahu is unconventional. Rahu is innovative. The people living at home, they might not like the way by which you are solving the problems at home. So that can lead to conflicts. That is for sure. Rahu in the 4th house. But since Rahu is in the 4th house, so you will also feel that, oh, you don't want my solutions, you don't want my words to be kept. Okay, I will not stay here. So this kind of feelings can also be there. So all of a sudden there can be a situation where you may feel that I don't want to stay here, I want to go away, I don't like all these things. You want to do it my way. That's how Rahu, because Rahu is working like here, like a king, a lion in the den. So this kind of people normally does very good in leadership roles. They are the person who can drive a whole group of people to achieve their aims and goals in their life. And since it is the sign of Aquarius, you will see that Rahu is transiting in the 4th house. You will have all of a sudden interest in agriculture, landed properties, real estate, or the people who are working in this kind of sectors, they are going to get highly good profits, benefits out of it. Expansion in their business, construction industries particularly. In agricultural sectors and landed property, and those kind of sectors also are going to get highly beneficial results. There can be some innovations at your home, domestic environment. If you are thinking to buy a car, so all of a sudden you will be too much interested in any kind of car which is having foreign built or foreign cars, or some kind of innovative cars which is technological, which is savvy in technology. Means this kind of nature will be there, that okay, if I buy the car, I'll be buy the best one, the one which is fully last, means completed with technology. So at home also there can be expenditures related to innovations, there can be expenditures related to interior designing, and many people may not like what you are trying to do, what changes you are trying to make. So that can lead to some kind of miscommunications. One more thing I can say, that Rahu in the 4th house can also make you a bit lazy and lethargic. Your emotional quotient will be working towards your own self and the home and the people living around you with respect to your own thought process. But if it is not met, this can lead to anxiety, this can lead to psychic problems also. So at sometimes you may feel that people are not listening to me. So what is my need over here? Why am I thinking so much about them? This kind of feelings can be there. Rahu in the 4th house. Okay. So you have to bring a balance regarding that, because ultimately this transit is going to be of 18 months, and you will see that a time within this transit, time will come when you will feel that yes, the things are getting done one by one, and that will give you a satisfaction at your mental level, that yes, regarding my domestic affairs, regarding my home matters, the problems are getting solved, the things are getting upright. So this is going to give you very good results with respect to your homely matters, particularly related to your comforts, your luxury, your possessions. You will see there will be lots and lots of improvement. So that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in the 3rd house. Rahu's transit in the 3rd house is very good, I will say. Here Rahu will allow you to really think out of box and work on your efforts, your actions, your day-to-day life also, because 3rd house is your Purusarth, your efforts, your willpower, your actions, your bravery. Here Rahu will give you the bravery just like a lion. No task is tough for you. See, Rahu in the 6th house is different. Rahu in the 6th house is like, there is a problem, there is a competition, and Rahu will give you the strength that no competition is tough for me. Rahu in the 3rd house is that in your day-to-day life, whatever work is there, or whatever work you are thinking to do, or starting new thing, there can be confusion, there can be dilemma, there can be insecurities, financial problems, there can be any kind of insecurities. Rahu will think that no problem is a problem for me. Let me start in my own way. If there is problem, I will look into it. No issues. So courage, bravery. So any work which was not done, any work which you are in a dilemma, which you are fearful that I have to do it, but how should I do it? Now Rahu is coming in the 3rd house, you will see all those work is getting done. So that is the reason it is said that Rahu transiting in the 3rd house, it normally gives fame, name, your importance, your honor will be more solid, you will get a solid foundation. People will know you in your social environment that this is the person, he has solution for everything. So Rahu in the third house transit, I will say that it will make you hyperactive. You are not going to sit idle. You need action, you need work. So one thing, suppose you are idle, you are inactive, you are not doing any work, then third house is also the house of intellectual abilities and also distraction from intellectual abilities. So it can distract you in wrongdoings. So that is the reason you must have a proper journaling, you must have a proper positive affirmation that these are the works I need to do in my day-to-day life for the next 1 week or for the next 2 weeks or 1 month. The moment you are out of work, the moment you are not following your actions or you are thinking that yes, my work is done, 1 day, 2 day, time will come when you are distracted, you are completely distracted. Then what will happen? The work which was need to be done, you are doing something else. And definitely the results are different. Results are not up to your expectations. So your hyperactivity should be backed by proper planning and proper actions in right mode. Rahu's transit in the third house is the only one transit where I will say that Rahu will not take unethical path until and unless there is no other options left. Normally here Rahu follows the regular path. Why? Because Rahu gets the results very easily. Rahu is transiting in the third house, so you take any work, you take any project, you start any hobby, you have any creative talent, work on it, and you get the results very easily. You will see that all of a sudden your luck, fortune is supporting you. All of a sudden. Why? Because Rahu is very courageous. Rahu loves to take the risk and work on it. So there is no need to take any ethical path. There is no need to take any different path which is not right. But suppose you are inactive, suppose you are sitting idle, you are not knowing that what to do next, then the problem starts. And the first problem starts at the communication level, at the social level. There will be fights, there will be disturbances. You might get into any kind of group of people who are not nice. Then the problem starts. But suppose if you are completely aware of what needs to be done, you will see that one by one the Rahu will help you do the work. Not only do the work, get successful, and in your social environment you will get the appraisal, you will get the appreciation, and Rahu loves the appreciation. So automatically what will happen? Your social environment will improve. The people who are working in social media, the people who are working in mass communications, electronics, technology, particularly related to social networking nowadays, news agency, advertising, any kind of work where you need to connect with people, speak, connection, short travels, movement, relocation, any kind of change, in all those type of work, Rahu is going to give you very good results during this particular transit. So you will see that if you are doing proper planning and working on it, over this 18 months, this transit of Rahu is definitely going to make a solid foundation for your work and your personal life also. Don't forget, after 18 months, Rahu will move into your second house of money, wealth, family. So all the homework and work you are doing right now, you are going to get good results after 18 months, you will see. So your foundation will be more solid then. So that's it for the Sagittarius Ascendant people. For the Capricorn Ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in the second house. So this is a time to work on your finances. This will be a time where you need to focus particularly related to your earnings, your savings, your financial decision makings. Rahu in the second house normally gives a person the idea regarding earnings, working, any kind of work which will fetch you money. But since it is Rahu, this also indicates there can be problems, related to thought process, rules and norms and regulations led by the elders of the family. You may not like what elders are saying. All of a sudden there can be a sense of rebellion within you. So there can be issues related to harsh speech. Rahu normally gives harsh speech in the second house. So all of a sudden there can be indifferences, conflicts with the elders of the family, the people who are very close to you. So make sure that you don't get into any kind of family problems. Or opposite can happen. You may all of a sudden see that there are so many inherent problems in family, and you try to solve it, and the family members, they don't like it, that why the things are, he or she is thinking differently, why he or she is trying to correct it. Either way it can happen. It may happen that you are correct. So what happens, the Rahu in the second house, it brings the secrets of the family in front, not in front of the society, but in front of you. Means either your true nature will be known, or their true nature will be known to you. So there can be confrontations. Now suppose if in your chart second house is well dignified and Rahu comes here, so there can be a change within you. All of a sudden there can be a change within you. You can think innovatively, and all of a sudden you may start questioning why the ideas are like that, why you are thinking like that. So this can also indicate that there can be expenditures. If not managed properly, there can be really expenditures. Rahu in the second house, I would say one thing, transiting in the second house, make sure that you don't get into any kind of speculative business or speculative work, or any kind of actions which require speculation, because there can be losses. Because second house is the house of savings. Second house is also the house of expenditures, because when you have money, then only you can spend something. There is a difference between loss and expenditure. You have to understand that. Losses can be seen from 12th house, but spendings, particularly like suppose I want something in my possession, so I have to buy it, I have to purchase it, that is second house. So unnecessary expenditures can be seen through Rahu. Or suppose all of a sudden you start liking anything which is not inherently linked with your own area, your own country. So all of a sudden you are thinking that, oh, I want branded clothes, I want branded perfumes, I want a sofa or cushion which is branded, so I need to purchase it from some different country. So this kind of expenditures Rahu normally does in the second house. But suppose you are having second house afflicted in your chart, and now Rahu comes, so what will happen? It might bring out some secrets of your family in front of you. That might create problems between you and your family members. So this is a time where you need to work very cautiously with intelligence. If you are linking your energy of Rahu and second house properly, then this is a time when Rahu will give you the idea where and how you can improve the monetary situations in your life. And I am saying it very straightforward. Rahu in second house, if the energies are linked properly, if the actions are done properly, this transit can actually help you take most innovative, right financial decisions. because Rahu is intelligent. Any kind of financial matters which was not solved before, the moment Rahu comes in the second house, it is solved. Why? Because Rahu is intelligent, Rahu is innovative. That why not do it in this way? Any kind of family business which requires innovation, which requires new kind of knowledge, which requires new kind of thought process, Rahu in the second house is coming, wonderful. All of a sudden the business will start running. So anyone who is in the charge of the family, or anyone who is in the charge of the business or enterprise related to family, for them this transit becomes very important, because they will be impacted more if they are having transit of Rahu in the second house. So you will see that they are going to earn more, but if not checked properly, then the expenditures and spendings can be even more. Because when you are talking about savings, when you are talking about keeping the money and increasing the wealth, Rahu is not like that kind of planet. That is more about Jupiter, that is more about Mercury, to some extent Venus also, but that is not about Rahu. So these are the things which needs to be taken care of. Okay, so that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, Rahu is coming in the first house. Transit of Rahu in the first house, I will say, is a very good transit. I don't know how other people look into it, but what I understand inherently, transit of Rahu in the first house is a very good transit, and since it is in the sign of Aquarius, you will see that now you are becoming more unconventional but innovative, more intellectual, knowledgeable, and now you are able to move away from your fears and take the steps in your day-to-day life, in your decision making, in your any kind of actions more promptly. So Rahu's transit in the first house will be highly beneficial, and since it is Aquarius, so it becomes more important. You will see that now your ideologies are backed by logic, your ideologies are backed by intelligence. You are not afraid of old thoughts, you are not afraid by what people will think or what someone else will think. You know that I need to do this work, and you will do this work. Why? Because Rahu comes in the first house, it will give you the courage, it will give you the bravery. Rahu in the first house will also curb down your rivals. This is also one more thing. It will curb down your enemies. Anyone who was restricting your work, who was restricting your progress, Rahu will curb it down. Because Rahu in the first house normally makes a person think like, oh, I am the king and I don't have any regrets, I don't have any fear, I need to do this, I will do this. Now suppose if you have well dignified first house in the birth chart, then this transit becomes more beneficial. And suppose you are running through favorable dasha, this transit becomes more beneficial, because now you know that these are the 5 works I need to do, and Rahu will give you the idea how to make the benefit out of it. But suppose Rahu is transiting in the first house and your first house in the birth chart is not well dignified and it is afflicted by malefics, then this transit of Rahu can be difficult. Because in that particular case, what will happen, that those malefic energies will get activated, because Rahu is transiting over it. So you might take wrong decisions, you might take impulsive decisions. It can make you more conservative in your own approach, and you may think you are doing good, but you are doing right, but you may not be right. So that is the reason transit of Rahu in the first house in this particular way can be giving you results other way around. Now one more thing I will say over here is that Saturn, which is your Lagna Lord, is transiting in the sign of Pisces in the second house, and Rahu is in the first house. So dispositor of Saturn, Rahu becomes Saturn. So here one more thing is that you need to be careful that you don't get into any kind of financial decisions which you are not sure of. There can be problems between you and your family members because your thought process can be completely different. There can be a sense of rebellion within you. So in that regard, this transit of Rahu will be something you need to be cautious about. The transit of Saturn and Rahu together. Otherwise, I will say that normally the transit of Rahu in the first house is considered very good. One more thing, it is a very good time for self-development. Any kind of skill set which you want to improve, it can be regarding discipline, it can be regarding punctuality, it can be regarding strength, vitality, health, personality. Rahu in the first house transit will allow you to work on all those things. But again, at the same time, since first house is brain, Rahu will instigate more arrogance and egoistic nature within you. So it may happen that you may also get into troubles between you and your partner, because you are not now giving the respect to the opinion of your partner, because you are feeling that whatever you are doing, whatever you are thinking is good. So this becomes a weakness. Rahu in the first house can also give controlling nature. That is the reason this kind of transits can instigate the leadership roles within you. But in negative sense, this can also make a person highly controlling and possessive towards the partner, towards the other people. That is the negative quality. So these are the things which needs to be taken care of during this transit of Rahu in the first house for the Aquarius ascendant people. There are certain good things and there are certain loopholes and certain things which can be considered as weakness. So if you look into these things and channelize the energy of Rahu and your first house properly, you will be going to get very good results over the span of this 18 months when Rahu is transiting in the sign of Aquarius in your first house. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, Rahu is transiting in your 12th house. So this is a very good transit for spiritual pursuits, spiritual knowledge, spiritual growth in life, meditation, or any kind of community which is spiritually inclined. You might get interested in it. But since it is the 12th house of loss, this also shows expenditures, this also shows losses. So this is also a time when you need to maintain your budget, your finances appropriately. 12th house, so it shows far away lands, foreign people, foreign communities. So you might get connected with foreign people, foreigners. You might also get into a friendship with some foreign people. But this also indicates you can also be in a company of people who are not good, since Rahu is in the 12th house. You are always thinking about your space, that give me space, I am not getting space. At the mental level there will be restlessness, because Aquarius is a Airy sign and Rahu is all about action. So at the subconscious mind there will be lots and lots of restlessness. So normally during this particular transit, what happens, the native with this transit in the 12th house Rahu in the Aquarius sign, normally what will happen, the people will like to have their own space, so they will like to travel to some foreign place, so they will not think about their homely environment or the attachments or the responsibilities at their home. The moment you ask for any kind of work, the moment you ask for any kind of responsibilities, duties from this native, they will get irritated, they will get anxious, and that will be reflected through their harsh speech. So these are certain things which can be seen because Rahu is transiting in your 12th house. So the people around you, they will feel that all of a sudden this person is becoming very immodest. Sorry. They will feel that we are doing our best in order to keep the person happy, or maybe doing their best in their own way. But the person is not reciprocating the similar amount of actions, compassion or thought, because it will be reflected by your harsh speech. So this will disturb the bonding between you and your close people. It can be bonding between you and your partner, your close people. So these two things are there which needs to be given some importance, priority. You have to understand your words will carry energy, your words will carry power. So if certain things are making you anxious, you should convey it in proper conversations and not through harsh speech. Foreign travels are seen. If you are thinking for any kind of foreign travels during this particular transit, foreign travels are seen. I can also see some increase in escapism within the native with this transit for the Pisces peoples, Pisces ascendant peoples. More because Saturn is transiting in your first house. Now Saturn is the 12th lord. So there will be inherently more cold, conservative energy within you. All of a sudden you might feel more introverted. So it will be very difficult for your partner to connect with you at certain times. The people who are working in spiritual works of life or spiritual growth, therapies, they will be successful. The people who are working in any kind of projects which needs to be done secretly, which needs to be done alone, in isolation, they will be successful. Any kind of work done in public, any kind of work done in a group, you will find disturbance, you will find restlessness, you will find that I am not able to give my best. There can be some unusual pains in the heart and chest region because of this transit, the impact of this transit of Rahu in the 12th house. This is also a time, as I said, that you might also be in a company of bad people. So make sure that you don't trust everyone, because there can be secret enemies operating. Someone who secretly doesn't like you, someone who secretly wants you to not perform well. So they can manipulate you, they can try to disturb you emotionally, mentally. There is a chance that your intuitions are high during this transit. You might see some dreams and you get some intuitions and certain things happen in real life. This is also a time that you need to follow proper ethical path, because I say that 12th house is also the house of hospitals, asylums, jails, prisons. Rahu is transiting in the 12th house. Make sure that you follow proper norms, ethical path. You follow the truth, you follow honesty and law, or else there is consequences, there are problems. Particularly if you are running through any unfavorable dasha in your chart, or suppose your 12th house is afflicted, so this becomes more important. Don't share your secrets to everyone, particularly with your close people or your company, your friends, the group of people you are working with, because they may misuse it, they may manipulate you. So these are the things for Pisces ascendant people. One more thing I will say, that since Rahu is in the 12th house and it will work on your psychic subconscious level, so meditation, pranayam is highly essential during this particular time. Do proper spiritual practices, practice pranayam, practice meditation, highly essential. That will really give you good results. So that's it for the Pisces ascendant people, for this transit of Rahu in your 12th house. So that's it from my side. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, tap onto the like button, share it to your near and dear ones. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content, you get notified instantly. And for any consultation, if you want a consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. So next time when I come back, I will be coming back with another interesting content, particularly the content related to the transit of Ketu, because Ketu is transiting in the sign of Leo. For all the 12 ascendant signs, I will be coming back with that content. So till then, I am signing off for today. Thanking you. Bye bye.